Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and I do have the pleasure to invite you to watch another hands-on video. And the star today is the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meter NEKTON Edition 42 millimeter. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications. As we did the last times with the latest videos, I've also been filming this Seamaster under various light conditions, so please have a first look. So you saw that there is a difference, of course, as always we do have this difference in between how the watch looks like either under sunlight, shade, and as filmed now in your picture actually with the artificial light coming from my little recording studio. So I want to introduce you the diver. We do have a Seamaster, classical Seamaster, yep, and the case diameter is 42 millimeters. The thickness of the case, is 14 millimeter. The so-called lug-to-lug distance, so what in effect will be on your wrist later, is 48 millimeters. And as this is an entire steel watch, also with a steel bracelet, I have started now as a new feature for you, weighing the watches. I will always tell you the weight, and this is 200 grams, so the entire watch with the configuration as I have it here with all the links weighs 200 grams. So it is a steel watch with a steel bracelet, as already said, but the watch is also available with a rubber strap, so if you in case don't like the steel bracelet, or you say it's too much steel, I need some also color-wise or material-wise some changes, yes, there is a version also with a rubber strap available, and there's also of course a price difference since the version with the rubber strap is less expensive, of course. The prices will be shown in the video at the end. The watch also features the classical zirconium dioxide ceramic dial, as you see clearly here. And so it is laser engraved. You have a ceramic dial with the typical waves, the wave design that is typical for the Seamaster. Three-dimensional wave design, laser engraved. It's a zirconium dioxide ceramic dial. Of course, it is a diver, a unidirectional turning bezel, 120 clicks, and only turning counterclockwise as it should be for a diver. Of course, you can see I have no possibility to turn it clockwise, only counterclockwise, 120 clicks. Please listen to the sound of the turning bezel. This is that very solid, well-engineered, well-manufactured sound of a bezel. I have to focus on bringing it back. There we are. And now what is interesting, the bezel is made out of titanium grade 5, and laser ablated. What you see here, this has been laser ablated. The diving scale, you can see it here. This is the diving scale and has been, it's three-dimensional. If you look from the sides, you can see this. There you go. You see? Three-dimensional laser ablated, and it's titanium grade 5. So a combination of steel and titanium grade 5. The crown, since it is in the picture right now, is of course a screw down crown. There we go. Yes. And the watch, as you already saw, has no date function. It is powered by the Omega 8806 caliber. It is a METAS certified master chronometer, withstanding magnetical fields reaching 15,000 Gauss, has a free sprung balance with a silicon balance spring. It's an automatic movement, of course. 55 hours of power reserve, 55 hours. The balance wheel oscillates at 3.5 Hertz or 25,200 semi-oscillations per hour. The case is waterproof up to 300 meters or 30 bar, 1,000 feet. The watch also, as it should be and has to be, because it is part of the design of the Omega Seamaster, also features the helium escape valve that is needed in saturation dives, but not needed for regular diving, as you all know, but it is part of the design of the Seamaster. So yeah, if someone now going into that discussion again, why do the Omega need this valve here at 10 o'clock? Do also think about the fact that there is another watch company also manufacturing excellent diving watches that has those cyclops on the dial to magnify the date, and there are no discussions about these cyclops. If you like them or don't like them, they're there and people accept it. So please, why don't just accept the fact that part of the design, of the very good design of the Seamaster, is the helium escape valve. That's how it is. Well, let me then turn the watch around and show you NEKTON and tell you a little bit of a story about the NEKTON. What is NEKTON? On the case back of the Seamaster, we do see, as always at Omega, due to the NIAD lock, perfectly aligned the research submersible of the organization NEKTON. And guess what? As you can see proudly, the Omega logo engraved on it, this research submersible has been dubbed, yes, Seamaster 2. There it is, and you can see it. And now, whilst you are watching some more pictures about the Seamaster, let me tell you a little bit about the organization. Who is NEKTON? NEKTON is a not-for-profit research foundation committed to protect our oceans. The first descents are on the way, a series of missions to explore and conserve the Indian Ocean, which began already in 2019, will resume next year with Omega, yes, in a strong supporting role. So the mission of NEKTON is to protect the oceans with the global goal of 30% protection by 2030, so in 10 years from now. And as a pioneering brand with a long history of pushing at the boundaries of what is possible, so it was clear that Omega would join the project and be part of it. And as we all know, this engagement and this really strong partnerships with the ocean started years ago with Sir Peter Blake, the famous skipper Sir Peter Blake. Before showing you the folding clasp and the easy to operate length extension of it, I quickly want to come back to the view of the submersible here on the case bottom that is engraved and the NIAD lock. Look, this is such a wonderful invention Omega did. to create the case back that when you close it, it will always show perfectly aligned what you are looking at. All of us have seen so many case backs of so many watch brands where they do engrave something on it, or they show something, or if it is just something written on it, on the case back, and it is misaligned. And yeah, once you see that it is possible to do it, you get used to it. And honestly, yeah, I like it. Very nice. You see, perfectly aligned as always. And here it is written, Nayard lock. So what else is written? Seamaster 300, Diver 300, and also we do have the indication that the watch is waterproof 300 meters or 1,000 feet. So let me turn the watch around for you to come to the other side. Now this button, when pushing on it, you have a length extension. Now you can clearly see it here. And it says push, yes. And now with the gloves, I'll try my best. And there you go. Here is the difference. This is what you get when you use the integrated function of the clasp to adjust the length of the bracelet. And this is what you get. And let me reclose it and show it to you in the other sense. There you go. I made it easily sliding also with the gloves, and this is not always the case. So I will turn the watch around to the other side, show you the same here once again. You see here it's push, and it is really good to handle. You just press down, you push, and then you just adjust the length to your personal needs. Look, see, you can push and then you just slide a little bit. Now you can adjust it a little bit more, you see, and to full extent. No, this was it already. Okay, so one position. There you go. So already in the picture, the folding clasp, nice to see. We have a solid click and of course a protection with two push pieces, left and right. It will not open if you just press on one. So pressing on one, it will not open it, but if you press on both, as I do now, you see it opens smoothly and closes smoothly as well. The Omega logo engraved on it. Very nice. This is the bracelet, steel bracelet, typical bracelet of the Seamaster. Yes, from the side, once again, let me also show the integration of the bracelet into the case. You see, it's very flexible, so it will perfectly fit on your wrist, as also my wrist shot shows. There you see it when I'm wearing the watch, looks nice. Fits well, as I said, it's a 42 millimeter case. The thickness is 14 millimeters. Good size, I would say, a perfect size. A very interesting watch if you're looking for a diver. Okay, this was the wrist shot. Now back in the studio, back to the watch. I do also want to show you that this 8806 movement, because I'm just seeing that the hands are not smiling at you, and you know it. Meanwhile, I always want the watches to wear a smile when they are looking at you, but this one does not. So we are going to fix this little issue. And you see, this is what I wanted to show you. You have a second stop. There you go. Second hand is running again. And when you pull out the crown, it stops, and I will make the watch smile again at you. The Seamaster 300 NEKTON Edition, again smiling at you. And now please enjoy the dark shot. Look how the watch looks when you charge it and you turn off the lights. Yes, not bad at all. That's, I would say, pretty yup. Something you can easily read the time, and I have to tell you, this effect stays for a very long time, also considering the fact that of course your eyes adapt to darkness and then you can read time for hours perfectly from this Seamaster Diver. As I already mentioned before, the watch is available also with a rubber strap, and I also wanted to mention, of course, that if you buy it with the rubber strap, you will have the same clasp with the length extension being part of the rubber strap, but you have to imagine that the parts here that are now in the camera, that's the steel bracelet, are made out of rubber. The watch looks gorgeous. I don't have it live, but of course here is a picture of it. We can show it to you. This is how the watch looks like. And there's also an advantage in terms of price. So the watch, as you see now with the steel bracelet, is sold for 6,100 euro, including 20% VAT here in Austria. And if you are choosing the version with the rubber strap, it is 5,800, so 300 euro less for the version with the rubber strap. But of course, with the clasp, with that very functional and useful length extension. So thank you very much for watching the presentation of, in my humble opinion, very nice and very also affordable Seamaster, linked to a very interesting project to save our oceans. I like it. This is always good to know that you are partnering or you're doing something to help our nature, to help people who are engaged in protecting our nature, our oceans. So Omega did a nice commitment to help them. Also, as I said, the submersible that is shown here on the backside is named after the Seamaster, so it's called Seamaster 2. And yeah, thank you for your comments already now. I'm looking forward to reading them, and if you have questions that you always ask me, and I will do my best to answer you them as quick and as effective as possible. Come back soon to WatchAdvisor on YouTube for the next video that is already in the pipeline. Bye bye for now.